What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Digital Agency Hacker. Mr. Jason Howe is who I'm sitting down with today. This guy is crushing it when it comes to scaling in the educational space. So you're a course creator, you're in the education space as far as like a university is concerned, anything and everything, this guy is your guy. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about scaling this thing. And so, dude, let's just jump right in, right? Like, because obviously we have digitalagencyhacker.com. I'm all the time selling courses and masterminds and different things like this. A lot of our stuff is 100% free, just because it's an intro to joining us, become a franchise or something like that. But okay, so I've got a course, got a program. You do this now. You have a done for you service. You do this all over. But if someone wanted to do it themselves, right? Maybe they weren't quite to your level yet. What are the things? What are the pillar channels and things that you got to be doing in order to market and gain acquisition, or acquire clients? It's been a long day for me. 18-hour flight yesterday, so I'm a little tired. But what are some of the founding things that you're working on and to get them going?
Yeah, so I would say we do speak with a lot of candidates who are they're not at quite the level that we need them to be before we start working with them. And fundamentally, there are two groups of them. Maybe I'll talk about them separately. The first group is the high ticket coaches or even high ticket program owners. So for these people, we usually want them to have Facebook groups, audiences. We want them to have an active group. We want them to be posting regularly, whether that is through some of their organic post writing, or if they are great on video, that would be also another avenue as well. We also do something called the two-step, where they basically post kind of make a post in a group. And if you're probably very familiar with them, right? It's kind of like, who wants a training to do XYZ or to achieve XYZ? And when they say yes, they basically send a training to them. And the training is actually like going to be connected to the backend sales system. And we want to get them kind of like validating their offer through that manner. And also at the same time, while they grow their Facebook group, they also get to grow their email list. So at the end of the day, those are the two things we want them to work on. We want them to validate their offer, and we want them to grow their audiences on both Facebook as well as through emails. So those are really the two avenues we want them to get started until they reach a point of like $50,000-$60,000 a month minimum, and achieve some sort of consistency in terms of the sales. But more importantly, what we want to do is we also want them to test out a little bit of ads on their own to drive traffic to whatever funnel they have, whether it's kind of like a 4-step VSL funnel or application funnel. There are a lot of high ticket programs have today, or even just a 1-step. I think a lot of them, like Hyros, for example, have this really good video at the top, and it's just 3 steps below, followed by the calendar at the bottom of the page. So regardless which approach they take, as long as they validate with paid traffic, even at a small scale of like $100 to $200 a day, that's when we feel like they would be the right fit for us to work with to help them scale to like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a day in terms of ad spend. So that's pretty much the stepping stones we look at when it comes to a high ticket coaching program. When it comes to a low ticket coaching program, it's slightly different. We want them to actually have a paid product upfront that they can acquire a customer through cold traffic. So if they can acquire paying customers at between $100 to $150, and their average order value is at least $150, they can basically acquire customers at break even. That's when we know if we have backend products, we can create offers with you, we can bundle your different courses or expertise together. We can actually grow easily to $500,000, $1 million, or $2 million just by using those couple of strategies. So that's basically in the summary, those two things that we look at.
Yeah. On the SLO, the low ticket, are you normally trying to have like a single level there where it's a $7 or $8 or $150, your example, and they pay off? Or are you doing a multi-level, like, hey, here's $7 where your cost acquisition is $100, and then there's this next level that's like only 20% end up doing that, but it's $100, and then 5% end up buying the $9.99 thing? Are you doing like a multi-step SLO?
Yeah, so we are doing both. For the single ones, we definitely want them to be at least $100+ to begin with, right from the start. Even for the SLO, the multi-step SLO, what we are seeing is the ones that are doing $7 or even $27, 47, 77 are really struggling with Facebook these days because the advertising cost, even just this year alone, is so much more or so much higher than what it was a year ago. While where we're seeing success are among basically the product owners who have
Yeah.
first product selling between 129 to 199, and then second product selling between another 129 to 199, and then the third product selling between maybe up to $300, or they could have a downsell at the end if it's, if they don't have anything else to offer. But ultimately,
Yeah.
we try to aim to increase average order values to around $250 to $300 at a minimum. We try to figure that out, and that takes quite a bit of testing if they don't already have that. But if they already have a product that is doing like $150 or $100 even, that's a good place to start. But if they're currently doing between like 747, 77 kind of upsell sequence, which is very common, we find them to be struggling real hard because you
Yeah.
pretty much have optimized or maximized the three steps, and you're like, oh, you're still stuck at like $120 kind of an AOV if someone buys everything. But normally the actual AOV, once you calculate it, it ends up being around $60, $70.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Very cool. Are you doing any other, like, how are you finding TikTok traffic and Pinterest and some of these other platforms? Or are you really sticking to the Facebook?
Yeah, so we prefer to think of ourselves as more like a vertically integrated agency rather than offering the breadth of like a lot of other media agencies do. We focus on like building the emails, the offers, the bundles with our clients because we find that to be the biggest need. And they can easily hire other media buyers who specialize in native traffic, Pinterest or TikTok, and they just latch onto our funnels. And that's what we find to be working. We can be the anchor agency, and then we just say, hey, go ahead and hire whoever you need to get it working. But one of our clients actually uses Pinterest. She's in the photography space. She teaches moms and females how to do like kids and family photography, and we find that Pinterest is a pretty interesting traffic source, and she's finding some success over there as well.
That's awesome. That's super cool. And dude, man, with Facebook, I'll be honest, like, dude, it's been, I don't know, we manage a half a million, $1 million in Facebook ads on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
And I hate Facebook. I hate it so much. So, hey, how have you found? I'm much more. I'm a Google guy. So
Yeah.
the search, all this good stuff compared to Facebook. Even the SEO, even the organic side. How
Yeah.
are how are you dealing with all the Facebook changes over the last months?
Yeah, so when it first came on, we were hit extremely hard. Like it was completely unexpected. We have done everything that Facebook recommended in order to prepare for the change. But I think it's less of iOS 14 and more of Facebook's changes due to iOS 14 or in anticipation of iOS 14. They kind of like screwed
Okay.
up or changed up so many things in the system that we literally had campaigns or funnels that were working for the last 2 years just literally not delivering any more calls for like a sustained period of over 3 to 4 weeks. So that really stressed the hell out of us. But we
Yeah.
managed to, because we're vertically integrated, we don't rely only on ads. We also do emails for our clients. So with
Yeah.
emails, we really have to patch up a lot of the holes or gaps that were left behind by Facebook. But I would say as of today, after making several changes to the way we structure the campaigns, like literally all the middle funnel and bottom funnel ads just died. And for some of them, even till today, they still have not been revived, but we are seeing a lot of success with the top of the funnel, for example. And yeah, so basically, I would say 80% of our accounts have come back in terms of performance. Even a handful of them have exceeded what they did previously, but 20% of them are still struggling, and we're still trying to get them working right at this moment. So I don't really hate Facebook, but yes, during those times, they really caused me a lot of anxiety for sure. But
Yeah.
on YouTube side, I have heard a lot about it. We haven't gone deeply into it. We are helping two of our clients do it currently. We only
Yeah.
offer that more like an add-on service. We're not like super like YouTube experts, but because we got the offer and everything working, it's a lot easier to just latch or add YouTube onto it. But I have actually gotten two of my clients to hire two of the best YouTube agencies out there. Surprisingly, not only did Facebook outperform their YouTube ads, but some of them are really struggling with their YouTube ads. I mean, both of them have been let go of by my clients. So I feel bad for like referring them in the first place, but I don't feel bad because these YouTube agencies are pretty well known out there. Like these are all like multiple 7-figure, 8-figure agencies known for YouTube. And I'm like, if they can get it working, like maybe it's your space, maybe it's your video, maybe it's your target. I'm not sure, but yeah, for some reason it's not working.
That's interesting, bro. Okay, so I got my coaching program. I'm thinking about scaling it, high ticket. I mean, we're definitely thinking of the Facebook group. We have a Facebook group. We've grown that. We're growing to like, man, we're getting like 700, 800 new members a month or so in our Facebook group, and it's
Nice.
definitely like we're trying to we're being very aggressive in it. Have you found like when you are running ads, are you focused more on going directly to the funnel, or are you focused more on going to a chat bot and then to the Facebook group and then through, all the stuff within the group? Are you, or do you like to mix it? Have you seen one outperform the other?
We do currently use a mix across all of our clients. We find that especially once they scale past $2-3 million a year, they can't rely on just one funnel. And we find that just looking at it more as an ecosystem rather than a funnel helps a lot. I think Russell Brunson calls it like funnel stacking. To me, it's just like, okay, A can go to B and B can go to A, but they will all go to C, which is the call, right? So to me, it doesn't really matter. For clients that come to us with only the group that's working, we usually try to amplify that part of it first. So maybe that could be direct traffic to a Facebook group, or like direct traffic to like a lead magnet followed by a Facebook group at the end of it, just like a very common funnel. Of course, if clients already have kind of a working VSL, even if it's like barely break even, we can optimize that. But if they have an offer or like a funnel that is completely not working with paid traffic, then that's difficult. But if they really have something that's working with paid traffic somewhat, even if it's break even, we can get it to work pretty easily. And we kind of stack that together with the group approach as well. So we currently do both for all of our clients.
Okay, very cool. So we get our Facebook group. We're sending some of the traffic to the VSL. We're sending some of the traffic to the Facebook. And this sounds easy, right? But it's we both know it's not. It's super difficult. What is the break-even point where you're going from, okay, we're going to try to sell on the page to no, you have to have a meeting, right? Like, so, 999 or 9,000, obviously at 10K, you're going to have to schedule a call. Like that has to be the goal, right? But what are you seeing the break even point of going this number or above? We probably need to have a call to action that ends in a phone call.
Yeah. So I know there are a lot of like examples of people who have done high ticket without a without a sales call. And I admire that, to be frank, because like there's that 10 to 15% of margins that you normally pay to your salesperson. But what we are finding is generally for programs above $1,500 or $1,500, we usually try to get them onto a call, and then we try to sell them, mainly because we don't really know what it takes to sell like a $3,000 program off like a sales letter, or like even for the webinars that we have done with our clients. We don't really do webinars for our clients; they just do it on their own. But we haven't met someone who has been able to sell a $3,000 course on their own through an evergreen webinar, and that's where I guess the bottleneck is. So from there, we tell them, forget it, don't sell it, just get him to get on a phone call, talk to one of your guys, and then do the selling there. Let's rather close like 10% of people and pay 15% of margins rather than close none of them. Not something that we want.
We're doing cost of phone call. That's what we want. Cost of phone call. What does it cost to get on the phone with somebody is our like our core metric with all the marketing department, whether it's organic or whatever it ties in. I don't care where it came from, but I want to have phone calls for less than $150 a pop is for us anyway. Okay, cool, bro. This is awesome. When it comes to scaling, one of the things, and I'm just curious their thoughts, one of the things that I think is tough for coaches, right? Like as an industry, you're working with the industry. This is kind of a little left field out of yours. But, in the agency world, we depend on recurring revenue. Like we want dependable recurring revenue, whether it's SEO or PPC or Facebook ads or whatever. But in these coaching, I think I'm honestly kind of scared. I think a lot of coaches are not going to be prepared for retirement. They're not going to be prepared for the next, the next downfall in economic that we have. Because everything is month to month. They don't have any sustainable revenue. How do you feel like what do you think? Do you think we should be prepared for it? Do you think it's going to be like, no, we'll just pivot? Do you think how's that sustained over time? Because
Yeah,
our
so I
grandparents
think
didn't do this, right? I mean, our
yeah.
parents, our parents all had jobs. They had retirement. They had all this. I mean, this is brand new. Even still, it's brand new. Even though what is it, like 10 years old now? All this new
Yeah.
nomadic, stuff going on.
Yeah, I think I think that steps a little bit into the personal finance and kind of like wealth planning kind of an area.
Yeah,
I definitely recommend coaches, if you're generating a ton of cash right now, really to set aside a part of it into building a wealth, into investing into assets that you can actually hold for the longer term. But from
yeah,
a business point of view, from a business longevity point of view, I'm pushing all my clients towards offering continuity programs and backend programs. So if you have only got like
yeah,
an $8,000 program on the front end, I will tell them, hey, work on something else that can extend or the membership for another 6 to 12 months, and then offer a
yeah,
continuity after that. Or if you can't do that, or if you're not willing to do that, then just offer a continuity, because people would be happy to just stay within the community for just like $300 a month, even if you don't do anything for them. But of course, if you could just
yeah.
offer like a Facebook Live Q&A once a month with them, that would be awesome. That would be good enough to justify $300 a month. So definitely push all of them towards that. I think it's definitely necessary. So I think you brought up a good point. Is there anything that you came up with on your end that you have seen working?
Yeah, I mean, I actually was a financial advisor back in the day, and so for this, I'm really intrigued by this, and I'm interested in seeing. For me, I'm very big at having a savings, so I like to have 4 months of liquid cash savings, right? And so
Yeah,
this allows you to pivot and shift, and still have investments. And
yeah,
there's money like, oh man, crap, we lost a little bit, but we're able to keep steady. In 2020 at Hite, we didn't fire one person. We didn't cut one
yeah,
salary. In fact, we grew 70% or 50% year over year. I can't even remember now, but it's how do we do that? We do it by preparing for the worst. But this specifically, the industry you're working on, I think is, and this matters to you and I, right, Jason,
yeah.
because if they're not prepared, then what's the first thing they do when times get tough? They cut you and me, right? And so, how do we
Exactly,
help our customers be super prepared for whatever's going to come
exactly.
forward? Jason, you're the leader in this. You're working with a lot of people from universities and higher ed to coaches, right? To like our traditional coaches that we see today. If someone was interested in working with you, I know you have a lot of different opportunities for them to work with you. How do they get a hold of you? What's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, so the best way is actually to just visit our website, agencyj.co.co, and they can actually sign up on our wait list. And usually, when there's a spot, we'll send an email out, and then we can get in touch with them. Alternatively, they can just reach out to me at jason@agencyj.co. If they're a great fit, we might have a spot on the team that we can take them up. Yeah, so that's basically those are the two best ways to reach out to us.
I love it, bro. I love it. Agencyj.co. Agencyj.co. Well, Jason, bro, I appreciate your time and energy, man. I love what you're doing. I'm excited, actually. I'm going to talk to you after this a little bit more about our program, because you gave me some ideas and thoughts. And I look forward to the next time we chat. All right.
Great. Thank you so much, JC.